What's up, guys? Back with another video. I'm finally doing a long-term problem I had with the stock pond, and I'm gonna be tackling it this week. Um, One thing, a big difference, I took out a lot of paftos. I'm gonna be going to the store and getting a lot more Amazon swords. I'm gonna put Amazon swords all the way through here. I just want to put more aquatic plants. I do like the above. They're doing very well. Even without like CO2, they're doing amazing. But I just want more aquatic plants in here. They just purify the water a little bit better, and I just want more of it. I get Amazon swords. Everything else I put in here doesn't really grow as well. Java Friend does fine. Right now it doesn't look amazing because I have a fungal infection again. Um, I don't know what it is. The mollies are just causing me so many problems. They overeat. I don't overfeed. They're just savages. Like, you could even put powder and they will eat all the powder they can. It's just, and then they get bloat. They kill themselves. I'm looking for this molly all the way in the back. They start these little fungal infections because some of them die overnight and they just sit there. It's so much. I mean, my population definitely has went down by so much, and I'm leaning towards just stopping the mollies being in here and just getting a little bit something bigger of size. You can see the roefish kind of wiggling out there. Oh, there was two of them in there. These guys were just chilling. If you didn't know where they were at, you could rewind a little bit, and then they're just right here. Yeah, roefish super active lately. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I just tested my water. I haven't tested water in almost a whole year, but iron was 0, copper 0, nitrate was 0. Nitrite was in the 1 range, was obviously, it usually is 0, but we have dead mollies around. I caught all dead mollies today. It's not a lot. It's maybe 2 or 3, but it's just that the first couple I didn't see for a while because I had so much paftos covering over there, which I took it away. Chlorine 0. I mean, yeah. Total hardness is 0. Big problem. Total alkalinity 0. Big problem. KH was 0. Big problem. Fresh water 6.4 pH, big problem. Acidic water, everything is not right. What's the big problem with this and why I'm fixing it just now? This is just my tap water. My tap water ranges around here. I'm usually better at doing this with my 30 gallon because my 30 gallon is very easy to change the parameters of the water. But since this is around 150 gallons of water, it's harder to mineralize it, if that makes sense. So my original idea was to do crushed coral, put it in the filter, put it in the tank, put it near high flow. That idea didn't sit well practically because I'm doing some research online. For every 10 gallons of water, you want 1 pound of crushed coral. So obviously, I don't want 50 pounds of crushed coral in here because crushed coral you need to replace. So I'm sitting there thinking like, wow. But even if I push crushed coral, I will still have a KH problem. So that's where I came to Agronite. Basically, it's a substrate. Usually people use it for salt water and stuff like that. But you can use it for fresh water too if you have like pea puffers or whatever. Or more of like a chiclet species that like harder water. This will stabilize my pH. I'm looking for my pH just to, let me let the camera focus. My bad. I want my pH around here, 7.2. I don't want super acidic pH. I want it around here. Since our pH is acidic, this is going to work a lot faster for us because everything in the crushed coral is going to demineralize a little faster and get calcium into the tank. I really look to get this stable. This is a big deal because this is not stable. Everything else just goes down. The alkalinity is going to go up, and then the total hardness, I'm looking to get it within 75. I don't really care for 150. 150 would be a big bonus, because basically all my snails have died in this water. I have no snails here. They can't survive. The shells can't mineralize, and they can't produce babies. I used to have so many ram sorts in here, but over time, what minerals I did have in here got completely depleted. So it's just like there's no hardness, there's no nothing. The water's completely soft. I'm gonna place most of this aggronite on that side, because that's where the flow is. And then I have a other bag coming tomorrow. It's a different look. It's like a Florida aggronite. It's a little bit more like river rock and colorful, so I'm gonna lay it around here. But I'm gonna put most of this to the bag and to the, I don't know how much. I might just pour this straight in. It's very fine. It's very gravelly, like it's, but I could tell it's nice. But so I'm gonna pause real quick. I'm gonna empty this bag in a bucket, and I'm gonna kind of think about just placing it in or just dumping it in. I might just dump it in. My filter system is very strong. The cloudiness will go away, and I just don't feel like filling a bucket full of water and dumping this slowly in. But we'll see. I'll be right back. Sorry, I just wanted to show it off in the bag. It's very fine gravel, kind of nice, very fine sand. This is gonna cloud the water like crazy, but I don't really mind it. I have a FX6 in here. I got sponges. This is not a big deal for me. Actually, I just have you guys looking at the water. Water's clear. I don't have Purigen or anything in my canister right now. I was actually so surprised with my parameters. I was thinking maybe it looked a little chaotic in there, but that just goes to show if you're confident in your setup or what you're doing, like it's not that bad. Sorry, this phone is so annoying to like. I got like a Galaxy Fold. It's so smooth on the other end that it just slips on everything. Can't really stand it on anything. I do have my tripod, but I don't feel like getting it. Very lazy today. That is the mood. So why am I doing such a drastic change? Somebody like, why will you change your substrate? I'm not changing substrate. I'm just adding this on top of it. This is a permanent fix and a long-term solution. It's not gonna change overnight. This is a 20-pound bag. I had a 15 coming tomorrow, and then I'm gonna see how much that changed the parameters. If it going the right way, I might add another 20-pound bag and just let it be at that. And this will basically be the equivalent to 50 pounds of crushed coral. And I have space in my FX6 for more media. I might just put crushed coral bags in there, you know, for a month or two, and just leave it like that instead of getting more media. So let's see how that ends. Let me see how heavy this is. It's not super heavy. So I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna dump this, and then I'm gonna show you guys. Actually, I could maybe just leave you guys, but I feel like this is just gonna fall. Alright, that should be good. It's not super heavy, which I appreciate. Actually, I'm gonna get a cup real quick to kind of dump this. Sorry, you guys are looking at nothing, but I'm just getting the sand ready. I know it's moments like this, I really don't know if I should just pause the video just so it's a little faster. But I think it's fine. Alright, I don't know if you guys can see, but I basically set it up in one of my bases so I can pour it a little bit more cautiously and not crazy. But I'm gonna just see what a little bit does. Oh, it's pretty nice. It goes straight down, so I'm gonna pretty much, I kind of want to blow it in the flow. Actually, I might put it all in one spot. Yeah, I kind of want to do it like this. Yeah, there we go. Like I said, not too worried about the cloudiness. It's not really cloudy as now. People in the reviews are very dramatic about the cloudiness. I think I'm gonna go a little faster. Get me the whole bucket. And fuck it and send it. There you go. I'm just getting a lot of it off the sides. Try to get as much off the leaves as possible. I'm also going to move my rock. There we go. All right. So I don't know how that looked on camera, but hopefully you guys saw everything. But this is how it looks. I basically coated this whole side. You can see how whiter it looks. But compared to my already white sand, it's not super noticeable. I'm gonna get all of this off that edge and push it down. But it's not a drastic change. The reef, the Florida Reef Agronite, it is gonna look like a drastic change, but it's gonna mainly be over here. I think it's gonna be really cool. I'm gonna take all that sand off the edges and put it down on the floor with my hands, but I am glad that I decided to do this. I've been very pessimistic about doing something like this. I've been trying to see if I could find out an easy fix. And there are some easy fixes, but they're not ones that I want to do. When it comes to the aquarium hobby, I'm more of the line of spending as less money as possible. This is expensive. They're just owning the fish. You have food, you have conditioner water, and then if you have aquatic plants, you also have fertilizer. And as you could tell, I'm pretty good with plants, to be honest. This is growing out the window because it's so big. I want more stuff out the window. This might die actually because I cut the root by mistake. I don't know if it's gonna root. It's gonna get water roots fast enough before it dies. Hopefully not. I really like it. I was very mad when I cut it, but I was like, it's whatever. So I'm gonna get a lot of this off the edges. It's pretty easy, just a little swift. Actually, I buried my heater a little bit. Let me shake that loose. There we go. I got 2 heaters in this pond. I don't need 2 heaters, but when this winter, when we had snowstorms and everything, I live in a project, so the heat was not heating, and the aquarium was getting very cold. And because this is on the floor temperature is really changing this. Ooh, these little things are. The sand is a little coarse, so I'm gonna just kind of get in there and really like mix this up with the existing. I just don't want it. I don't just want spikes on the. So I'm just shake off all of this on the bottom. These sponges are actually clean. Yeah, man, I used to have like 50 ram swarms under here. It used to be splendid. This tank used to be amazing. I mean, it's still amazing, but it used to be very clean on algae. And, you know, even there wasn't even a chance for a fungal thing to happen, because if a fish died, these fucking snails ate them completely. 5 minutes tops. Like, there was nothing left with that fish to even start ammonia or any fungal infection. Like, I have so much algae growth and stuff places. It's just that I don't have the residents in here to do it. And the thing is, I could put a cleanup crew, but that cleanup crew is not gonna thrive in here. They're just gonna die because they need the minerals in the water. They need the hardness up. And this is my fix to it. So we got the 20 pounds of Alkalinity here. I'm gonna do 50 pounds over there. And then I'm going to test the water parameters at the end of the week, because I'm not testing day to day. That's no point. I'm going to test at the end of the week. And then once we get to the end of the week, I'm going to see where we sit at. And if I feel that it's not as high as I want it, I'm going to do only 20-pound pack. That will give me the 50, like the average amount for the calculation. And we'll see how it goes. But for right now, this is how I want to do that. Now for this guy also needs hardness, because it's the same tap water. And then I have the same pH and KH problem. I don't want to put crushed coral in here. Like, I don't want to do that. But my snails are struggling here. I could see they can't make their shells. They're not doing as good. I am supplementing a lot, but it's a supplement. There's not... So I might have to put crushed coral in here. I don't want to. I have to clean this tank too. Let me shake the filter off, because this filter's kind of clouded. I love this like shrimp safe filter, but it gets clogged real quick. I'm gonna just squeeze this out. Get that all into my filter. I don't mind doing this at all. I usually only clean my sponge outside the tank, maybe once a month. But I can see it all going into the filter right now. But this, if you do it like this is really how you keep your cycle healthy, really healthy. See, these guys are doing good. She just haven't been making babies. I want her to have babies, and it's just because the water hardness is not up there. My shrimps, I haven't seen the population grow drastically, so I am gonna beef it up. I'm gonna beef up something. I gotta do something. You can't do nothing, because nothing's gonna just change on its own, because it's water parameters. You gotta do something. So I'm thinking, if I get one 20-pound bag of aggronite and lay it across the top, it's just gonna look so ugly. But then again, if I'm trying to think about if I could get aggronite that looks a little blackish but maybe gray, it won't look so ugly. But I'm like, man, I don't want that look. So I might. I don't want to buy. I don't want to chemically do it. I don't want to do baking soda, a KH booster, and then this and that, because that's just in my mind. That's just $15, $10, $15, and then every other month is 15, 10. Then it ends up being $50, $40 on top of the $40, $50 in fish food that I actually have to restock, and then it's on top of the water conditioner, which is like 20 or 30 every other month. So it's, I'm trying to really not let this hobby be controlling of my finances, because I think that's why a lot of people struggle. You let the hobby control your finances, and then you basically hate the hobby because you're broke. So I'm really trying not to be on that level, for real. Actually, I knocked my thing off. Actually, I don't know if I could do this with one hand. Wait, let me see. I know these black ones always come off. I don't know what the material should ask. I always like the clear ones and the acrylic ones so much more. Yeah, I can't do this with one hand. I'll be right back. I'm sorry about that. I fixed it. We have these guys. They recently had babies last week. The babies are being pretty big now. If I get rid of all the gobies, I put these guys in a pond, for real. They're not as savage when it comes to feeding. They're not as good as getting the food. But, I mean mollies. I keep saying gobies. I don't know why I say gobies. But, yeah. That's where I'm at this point. So tomorrow, going down to Queens. Going to get some aquatic plants. Probably spend maybe 50, 40 on plants. I might get another large Amazon sword, put it in the back. That would be like $25, but they're huge. I had a huge one, but basically that huge one kind of got destroyed. But that huge one produced this one, that one, there's another one over here. I put one of the babies over there, but it's it didn't do too well. But over here it's fire. These Java ferns are doing good. I just need to I need snails in here, man. I need a cleanup crew. I need them to get rid of all this algae and stuff. I didn't have to used to deal with this stuff, but now it's getting to the point where my ecosystem is halfway done. I want a fully complete ecosystem. Actually, like now that the sand has settled, you can see how. Wait, let me focus. You can see the whiteness, and then it goes into this grayish sand. That's only because this sand is like a year or 2 years old. This sand was that white like 2 years ago, but now it's so like biological, like media filtrated. Like it's very heavy, and the colors change, but it still looks nice. So that might not look as white in a couple of months. I don't really have a problem with that. But yeah, I should be doing another video tomorrow. I'm gonna add the other 15 pounds of aggronite, which is not a lot. 50 pounds is not really a lot if you think about it, but it is gonna help. I'm gonna pour it all over here, all on this side, and we're gonna see how that does. I'm glad I pulled the plug on this, to be honest. I think I'm only sorry. It's they're working outside, so I am gonna get the Amazon swords. I'm thinking about getting another plant that's a little bit of a viner. I always wanted to do a carpet, but I was never able to do a carpet in here, but I might get a bigger carpeting plant, not like a micro sword or anything, because those for me, they just don't grow. Not in here. They just don't take off. And even if they do, they get eaten or picked at because the bunches are so small that people sell you. That's like, how the fuck will it grow? You gave me enough for them to eat in one day, so They're really expensive. Like a small bundle is like $10 to $12. It's not exciting for me to do. I've never been good at growing carpet plants specifically, so I'm not gonna really get into it. I found one dead molly this morning, which is good news. I didn't heavily treat because I'm just treating the fungal infection more than a bacterial infection. I did see I said most of the white clouds on the mollies is gone. This one has a little bit right in front of me. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera. But for the most part, everyone's almost gone. I don't see any more cloudiness on these guys. The babies are doing fine, amazingly. Yeah, but that's it for this video. See you guys later. Actually, I'll see you guys tomorrow because I'm gonna upload the video of adding the agronite crushed corals type sand. I got like a reef brand from Florida. I want to try that one out. It's a different coloration. I kind of want to like shift the color scheme a little bit when it comes to the sand. Not drastically, but enough to be like, oh, you could feel like a difference in surface as you look towards the end of the pond versus the front and the back. Add some landscaping to it. Rocks. I'm debating on adding more rocks to that side because over there is kind of barren, but I also want to put plants over there. So I'm gonna see what's up with that. But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully tomorrow I could do some landscaping. I haven't planted plants in here in a while, like actually bulk plants. I've been using a lot of I planted Java fern everywhere. I planted these Amazon swords from my first mother plant. And that's about it. I would like to put floating plants in here, but my flow's too high. They won't survive. If you go back far enough in my video, every inch of this water used to be duckweed. Every single inch. And then I didn't do anything to get rid of that duckweed. I turned the flow on, it all died. Fast forward, I had duckweed in this tank. It took me half a year to get the duckweed out of here. And there's still duckweed in there. You can see on the top line, there's a little bit of duckweed I have to really scrape off. I just been scared to fill the water line to the top because if they rehydrate, they regrow. That's how strong duckweed is. So I'm really gonna get like a razor blade and scrape all that duckweed off before I ever fill that to the top again. Cause oh my god. Cause if you remember, well, if you go back in my videos, I have water sprite here, and the water sprite grew everywhere, and it's an amazing plant, but it quickly takes over. It takes over your aesthetic of viewing. It does add a safety for the fish, but also it's a hazard because you don't get to see the fish as much, so you don't get to check on their health as much. I think it's very important to like you give them the best environment you could give them, but also being the best at keeping maintenance. I've always struggled with this half and half because whenever I go full like animalistic, tropical, like their best environment, I struggle to maintain them in the pond. And the fish tank, I don't think it'll be a big problem, but when it comes to the pond, I can't have zero visibility everywhere. It's not a benefit to me. I need to keep track of the fish, how many babies we're having, who's looking good, who's not looking good. I just want to say something. These fucking cherry barbs are indestructible. They're pretty much my second group of fish I ever got. Cause first I got neon tetras. No, first I got goldfish, then I got neon tetras, then I got cherry barbs. These guys are indestructible. This one guy is not a cherry barb, by the way. I don't know what the fuck he is. They just gave me the wrong. I think he's in the cherry barb family, but he's just not a cherry barb. But cause I got these guys from Petco, and bro, they're indestructible. They've been in this pond since I created it. My neon tetras are in here somewhere. I see a group of 3 or 2 of them. Oh, this is my oldest female beta. So I've been trying to decide to take her out and put her in the 30-gallon and take her out and put her in here. But she's more of a centerpiece fish. But this one specifically, why I don't really want to do it, I know she eats shrimp. So I'm gonna just leave her in here for now, but she's pretty old. I got her as a baby. It's been 2 years, so she's about 2 years old. But the average lifespan for a female beta from Petco, because they get pretty low quality, and that first like month or year they have them is pretty terrible. But I got her like super. I got her as a baby pretty much. If you go back in my videos, you can see her how she looked like a baby. But pretty much got her as a baby. The male I got with her that they labeled as a female, I had them together their whole life pretty much. He recently died a couple months ago, and he was about 3 years old, so I don't have too high hopes for her. She's looking good. Sometimes she disappears for like a week or two, and then I see her again, and I'm like, oh yeah, you're still alive. I love it. I have no idea what happened to my Delta female beta in here. She just disappeared. I didn't find a body. I didn't find nothing. But whatever happened, she got ate the fuck up. The clowns are doing good. Yeah, they're just being sneaky. I got 2 of them in here. There are the first fish I want to upgrade to like a 70 gallon, a 75 gallon, or 100 gallon if I could actually find one. But with the way they're messing with my electricity right now, that's not gonna be a in the future thing. That might be a next year, or it might be my next apartment, to be honest. So I might have to sell those clown loaches when they get bigger, unfortunately. It is fun growing fish though. But yeah, I'm rambling. I could talk forever. I'm gonna end the video because I could keep going. But thank you guys for watching. Appreciate the views. Appreciate the likes. I appreciate the comments. I love all my comments that people actually comment. It's all helpful. It's not negative. Some people are negative. They're like, that thing is disgusting. I'm like, yeah, I'm not hand cleaning it. I don't want to do that. That's not fun. I do maintenance, but I'm not going to be a janitor 24/7 to something. That's just not fun to me. If that's how they live in their natural ecosystem, then that's how they live. I mean, the natural ecosystem, let's be honest, they have soda cans and all this garbage around. This is probably cleaner than they will ever have. Let's keep it up. But thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one, which will be tomorrow. And then I don't have a video planned after that. I might do a video this Sunday, and that'll be like, let's see, it's Wednesday. No, I might do a video Monday or Tuesday, because that'll be like around 7-day-ish. And then I'm going to test the water parameters again and then see where we're at. But thank you guys for watching. Catch you on the next one. Peace out.